and welcome to a new episode of the Football Show. Today we're going to talk about yesterday's La Liga game between Real Madrid and Getafe, and also we're going to preview some of today's games from the Premier League and also the Copa del Rey. So let's get started. Let's start with yesterday's La Liga game between Real Madrid and Getafe. Real Madrid lose 1-0 at home to Getafe. That means Real Madrid lose 2 games in a row for the first time since 2019, as they are now 4 points behind Barcelona. First of all, let's give credit to Getafe because they did what they do at their usual best, being very, very strong defensively, being very compact, being very well organized, and the way they approached this game was fantastic. You have to give them a lot of credit for that. I think let's not forget it's their first win in the Bernabeu against Real Madrid in La Liga since 2008. So that tells you how much of an amazing win and how much of that win means a lot to Getafe players and fans. And they defended, really well. They managed the game really well. You have to say the manager Getafe got the game plan and the tactics spot on. Jose Bordalas, and he's very good at that. Setting up the teams up and making them very compact, very well organized. And when they had the chance, they took it. Whereas Real Madrid had a lot of chances in the second half, but they fluffed their lines going forward. So Soriano, by the way, Satriano, I should say, amazing goal, brilliant. What an amazing goal! Absolutely, what a hit from him, amazing. So I've seen some Real Madrid fans say that the players should have done better, but you have to give credit to a goal like that, amazing goal. So well done to Getafe for winning the game, and they managed to hold on, so you have to give them credit, especially which is not easy to do at the Bernabeu against Real Madrid. For Real Madrid, they put themselves in this situation. In the first half, their performance wasn't good. It was not good enough. Second half, they had a lot of possession, they had a lot of chances, but they missed a lot. It's like simple, easy chances. Mascherano had a chance where he should have scored, fluffed his lines. Garcia not good enough, Vinicius not good enough. It was not a good performance for Real Madrid. And I know I've seen Madrid fans make excuses about but they had to play Pt1, who hasn't played. It was his first game in a long time. So sorry, and we were missing Bellingham and Mbappe. Sorry, but you're still Real Madrid. You should beat Getafe at home. At home. If it's away and you're missing a couple of your big players, then yeah, maybe I can understand, because Getafe can be strong at home and they're usually very strong, very well compact defensively, especially as they were in this game. But you're playing at home in front of your fans at the Bernabeu. You should win. Even when you don't play well, you should win. And they lost. They lost. And you got players like also Rodrigo on the bench. Why didn't Arbeloa start him? I don't understand. The guy, I don't know when was the last time he played, but he should have started him. Antonio got himself sent off, which when I looked at the red card, I was like, why? What did he do? But if you look at the replays very carefully, you will see that Antonio said something to the referee, which led to the referee giving him a red card. So yeah, but then 2 minutes later, Getafe went down to 10 men because Liso kicked the ball away when the referee blew the whistle, and he was on a yellow. A bit like the Trossard red card against Man City, I think, last year, So, yeah, but Real Madrid, they deserve to lose. They had a lot of chances, a lot of possession. They had 45 minutes in the second half to come back, and they didn't do that. They created a lot of chances. Vinicius didn't have his best game. Defensively, Real Madrid were quite shaky, I would say. They deserve to lose. They deserve to lose. And if you can't break a team down, when you're 1-0 down, you can't break a team down who are like mid-table. You can't break a team down who play with the low block. Of course, Getafe are going to play with the low block. It's not a surprise. Everybody knows Getafe, the way they play. They like to sit back, and they have the right to do this game because they don't have the quality that you have. So it's up to you to deal with it and cope with it. And Real Madrid didn't do that. So very disappointing for Real Madrid's side, and since Arbeloa came in, I mean, you look at this Real Madrid side and you think like, have they really improved since Arbeloa came in? Have they really improved? You look at the attack of Real Madrid. They didn't have Mbappe. I mean, that's the problem with Real Madrid. Like, you're at home to Getafe and you should win. Yes, you don't have Mbappe, but you should win. You've got other good players. But the drop off in the attack of Real Madrid, especially when they don't have Mbappe, is incredible. It's incredible. Like, and you look at this Real Madrid side under Arbeloa since he came in. Have they really improved than they were under Xabi Alonso? Yeah, Xabi. I'm not saying Xabi was wonderful, amazing. Xabi Alonso was a phenomenal manager, and he did everything right. Yeah, of course he made mistakes, but was he really that bad? Was he really the problem? And Arbeloa, like, has he fixed the problems that Real Madrid have? Has he really fixed the problems? They got knocked out of the Copa del Rey by Albacete. They lost in the Champions League to Benfica, and then they beat Benfica in the playoffs. But at the same time, the performance wasn't great. They won a lot of games in La Liga. Where they had that, 8-game winning streak in La Liga, 7-game winning streak. And you look at the last 2 games, like Osasuna, they lost 2-1, and they deserved to lose. They were awful in that game. Awful. In this game, you can't break a team down who play with a low block at home. 2 losses in a row for a club like Real Madrid. I mean, the last time they lost two games in a row was 7 years ago or 6 years ago. That tells you how embarrassing it is. So, and then 3 minutes later, 3-4 days later, they're gonna have to play Celta Vigo away on Friday. So, it's not looking good for Real Madrid's side. It's not looking good. And have they really improved on the Arbeloa? Have they really improved? Yeah, they had some games where they were looking good and they won some games, but I'm pretty sure it was the same thing also under Xabi Alonso when they had some games where you think like, oh, looks good, But more of the same. They still have the same problems. What's changed? What's changed under Xabi Alonso? What's changed under the last season under Ancelotti? What's changed? Nothing changed. Still the same problems, same issues, same caliber of players, still same. Like, not good enough. And we all know Real Madrid in the big games, they haven't done really well, massively. I would say since the start of last season. Since the start of last season, they haven't done really well in big games. Listen, Real Madrid are a big team and they can change it in any situation, any moment. And they can do it in the Champions League, without a shadow of a doubt. But they're going to have to prove it. They're going to have to show some good signs that they are there. And right now, they're not doing that. They can turn it around, of course, but it doesn't look like it, that they're going to do it. So, you look at the La Liga table, they're 4 points behind Barcelona. But Barcelona should win the league now. I mean, if they lose the league from now on, if they lose the title, then that would be embarrassing. Considering that Real Madrid, all the issues they had to change their manager, and everything that they had to face, and how bad they are as a team they play right now. Barcelona should win the league. It's not over, of course. I mean, people say it's over, but I'm sorry, but the gap is 4 points. You can't say it's over with 12 games to go, and you still have the El Clasico to play for. You can't say it's over. But can you really trust this Real Madrid side to make a 9-10 winning streak? I don't trust them to do that. Yes, they did that before the Osasuna game, but in other competitions they were not looking that good. In the Champions League when they lost to Benfica, out in the Copa del Rey, losing to Barcelona Super Cup final, changing the manager. Even when they had that winning streak, they still have problems. And if you're on an 8-9 game winning streak, you cannot have problems. And Real Madrid, even when they have 8 winning game streak in La Liga, they still have problems. In other competitions, in things that is outside the pitch, they still have problems. And whereas Barcelona, you don't see that a lot. You don't see that. So I think the only hope of this season for Real Madrid to make it, let's say, to save this season, let's say, to make a good season, is to win the Champions League, which they can, which is possible because they proved it a million of times in the past that even when they're up against it, they can come back. But at the same time, if they want to beat Man City over 2 legs, which I still think they're going to do, they're going to have to perform much better than they're doing right now. Much better. Because right now, the way they're performing is not good enough. So, yeah. And attacking-wise, Real Madrid, they lack it. How? They lack it. How? You look at Barcelona and Real Madrid. I mean, Barcelona scored 71 goals in La Liga, whereas Real Madrid scored 54. That's what, 70 goals difference? That's not acceptable. When Real Madrid have quality players like Mbappe, Vinicius, Rodrigo, other quality players they have as well, like Valverde, etc. And you're scoring 17 less goals than your biggest rivals. It's not acceptable, is it? So yeah. Let's move on to other competitions. The Premier League. You've got today's games. You've got Everton against Burnley. Everton should win really, but Burnley, you have to say, they improved the level of performance and results in the last couple of games. But Everton at home, they should win, so I'm going for a 2-0 win for Everton. Bournemouth against Brentford. Sorry. I'm going for a 1-1 draw for that one. Leeds United against Sunderland, huge game for Leeds. I think they will win. I'm going for a 2-1 win for Leeds. Wolves against Liverpool. That's not going to be an easy game for Liverpool. Sorry. Wolves, they've improved their form in the last couple of, I would say, the last 2-3 months. They improved their level of performance. They improved their level of results. Of course, they're still going to get relegated, but still, they're playing better football right now, and they're playing better as a team with more spirit as well. So, and they're at home. They show that even when they up against it, they show that they can come back as they did against Arsenal. So I don't think it's going to be easy again for Liverpool. And the next 2 games is away from home against Wolves as well. Once in the Premier League on today, and then Friday they play Wolves. So Liverpool on paper they should win those 2 games, but it's not going to be easy because it's away, and Wolves they've improved their form in the last games and months as well. So yeah, but before I give my prediction and delve into that game more, Arne Slot said something in the press conference where it raised questions and it raised a lot of opinions from people. So let's hear what he said, because what he said was quite very, very, very interesting.
Now, first of all, you have to accept. I think it's mainly here in the Premier League. If I watch other leagues, I don't think there's so much emphasis on set pieces. One of the reasons is, and that's sometimes funny for me to do, if I watch a Eredivisie game, which I still do, I see goals being disallowed or falls on goalkeepers being given. And I'm like, oh, wow, that's a big difference. Here you can almost hit a goalkeeper in his face, and the referee still says, just go on. Do I like it? My football heart doesn't like it. I already said once in this press conference, if you ask me, yeah, then thinking about football, I think about 10-15 years ago about the Barcelona team. Every Sunday evening you were hoping that they would play. And now most of the games I see in the Premier League are not, for me, a joy to watch. But it's always interesting because it's so competitive. And that is what makes this league great, because there's so much competitiveness. Everyone can win from everyone. But just as someone who loves to watch football without being interested in who's winning or losing it, just to be enjoyed, I think there's a big difference now between 3 or 4 years ago in the Premier League. No.
First of all, before anyone wants to know what he's talking about the state of the Premier League right now, in terms of the style of football and the modern football right now.